Hello, welcome to Bars and Bells. My name is Lauren.
And I'm Ian.
And this is our Strength and Swings class. Week.
See? Five,
six plus or minus one. And our last semester of the year. Over the year, we've been progressing our kettlebell skills. And each class, we start with the body weight warm-up. So we'll start with a body weight warm-up, have our bell off to the side, and we'll progress into our get-ups, our single arm swings, and some more cleans and presses for you today. Let's get started.
Excellent. We'll work on some buddy joints here today, starting with the head neck and then the rib cage. So at the head neck, you could pretend to hold a little apple at your Adam's apple or similar, and then extend the neck as to look up. A small range here is okay. And then a chin tuck, very modest, you might look at the floor. In the effect to keep pulling down on the front of the neck to facilitate or help the up, let's go up into extension, and then finish one more time on a chin tuck, ultimately finishing on the horizon. We'll do the same thing then through the rib cage. So with the hands across the body or belly, lightly squeezing the shoulder blades, a modest chin tuck to start, and then a folding or flexing shape forward. Keep looking at the floor as you lift the heart or sternum up, and then maybe reset the head to level. One more time, a chin tuck, a gentle flexion of that T-spine, and to engage the abs, pull down to go up, setting the head on the horizon. Landmarks like hands are optional, but here we'll go laterally bending at the head neck, ear towards shoulder. As you proceed to do this on the other side, move the head, but move the neck very little, if at all. One more time, up and over, middle, and then last time to keep it even, same thing, to middle. Now return those hands to that belly or the body, and the same effort on a side flexion here. Stay over top of those ribs, back up to tall. Again, up and over to tall. This is too much. I'm outside of that frame of reference, so find that position where we're bending that rib cage over top of the hips. We'll save rotation of those two same places from a little bit later in the warm-up, and we'll get to the floor right away. Starting with the lunge foot, balls of feet, press into those balls of feet or metatarsal heads and find a really quick balance, and then switch to the other side. Same thing, find a quick balance, and then back down. This time, find a quick up and go down just a little bit, and then just a little bit more, and use that balance aid off to the side as we descend fully to the floor. The knees will touch, or those hands out the back, and extend those hips through. And one last quick wrist shoulder warm up for me. It's fingers, calluses, hands, looking between them with the head neck. Shoulder blades squeezed together, and from there, first knuckle push up, keeping those elbows straight, and then back down to the floor. A couple in a row, emphasizing that the shoulder blades are a place of stability, pressing energy into the floor, rooting those fingers, just like the toes in our swings. Now push through, push the hips through. It's a glute squeeze, it's ribs down. Keep extending those hips by squeezing your butt, or just focus on pushing hips forward with that effort to wear the rib cage down. One last thing for me, it's those hip hinges. It's fingers, calluses, and hands. And this time, push one way and go the other. Same thing. Do you feel that preload, that tension before you travel? Push one way, go the other. One or two again. Return in the middle and push through that tall kneel. Hips through, rib cage down. With those swings, those arms will be out front. So retract those shoulder blades and wear the rib cage down. We'll do that with one arm as we proceed into the workout. We'll also clean. So practice that rack position, extension of the hips, tight elbows, retracting through those shoulder blades, and then push that bell away. And I'm pushing it over to Lauren as we continue.
All right, let's warm up those lunges quickly because we have get-ups to do today. So we have one leg forward and one leg back. Our back toe is tucked. The front leg is pulling in and the back hip is pushing forward. Our punch bowl is fairly level and our rib cage is over top. Now create tension by pushing forward and back so much so you get to the hover position. Continue pushing forward and back mid-station. Keep your front shin vertical, but try to gently extend that back leg. As you're there, you're squeezing your hip forward. You're not arching that low back because you still have abs. And then you're again slowly pulling the floor together to descend back to the soft landing. This time, let's ascend in one fluid motion, so pushing forward and back up to that split stance again. Now, if you'd like, try to peel that front heel up off the floor and slowly descend, keeping the heel high off the floor. Keep the heel high off the floor if you could, and push down to hover, and then to mid, and then to high station. Heel comes down, one last descent through our lunge. Soft landing, push the floor to underneath you, and switch legs. Repeat on the other side. Other leg out front, vertical shin, leg pulling in, back hip pushing forward, vertical punch bowl, horizontal punch bowl that is, cage over top. Pushing the floor forward and back to get to that hover position first, and then to that mid station, and ultimately to the top. At the top, again, the back leg is straightening, but the hip is pulling forward, our front shin still vertical. Now descend, pulling the floor together underneath you into a soft landing. As allowed, we'll go back, up with the heel up. So pushing forward and back, hover heel. I think I did it from the top down, but that's okay. And then all the way up, we'll keep the heel down, or keep the heel up, and we'll slowly descend back down. I'm sorry. Then we have to put the heel down, and we have to do one more full lunge. Up to the top, and then a slow down underneath, soft landing. Give that a little shake and wiggle. Let's stand up from there using our toe squat, so those toes will stay tucked behind us. We'll rock back, find our heels, press through to tall. Quick shoulders, and then onto the kettlebell here. We've been doing our shoulder circle, and I'd like to do that again today. So either from standing, from a tall kneel, or from a lunge position, take a single arm, straighten it, lightly shrug the shoulder, and then pull it down. Keeping that arm nice and straight and your shoulders and body square to the front of the room, we'll take the arm towards overhead. Once there, let's again shrug the shoulder and then pull it down. Cage down. Start reaching the arm behind you. As you do so, it's going to start spinning in the socket. So at the elbow pit, we're going to spin in so much as we reach to the back wall, turn in, our baby pinky is forward and our palm is facing away. Gently retract that shoulder blade back. Lightly depress it, but not too much. Straighten the elbow, reach the arm to the back of the room. Stay square forward as you start spinning the arm open in the socket, blade is stationary. It'll come up and around, nice straight elbow. Then pull it down through concrete as you pull that bell back, or that arm back to the side of your body. Give that a little shake out. Same thing, second side. Lightly shrug that shoulder, retract it, and then depress it a little bit. Keep the elbow straight as the arm comes towards overhead. Once you're at your safe overhead, shrug your shoulder up, and then pull it down. Staying square to the front of the room, start opening the arm. It's going to open, and then it's going to start continuing to turn in, and turn in, and turn in, so that baby finger ends up forward, palms facing away. Lightly retract the shoulder blade back, keep the elbow nice and straight, reach to the back of the room, and then keep the shoulder low as you spin the arm open, returning the arm back towards overhead, straight elbow as you pull that arm back down to the side of your body. Give that a little shake and wiggle, and we're going to get our first round of get-ups here today.
Awesome.
So we'll start on the floor, and we're starting with get-up breakdowns. We'll be going to our elbow 3 times on each side, and then coming up to warm up our single arm swings. Come on down. Maybe you're using the same bell for both of these activities, or you might have 2 bells. That's up to you, but whatever it is, right now, we're going to start to the elbow.
That might be my cue to pick up, so I'll continue. We're in that firing range, and we're going to drive through a bent leg to the elbow. Hold for a quick second, and then press off the elbow, returning to your back. 3 in a row, drive the hip, pull the elbow, and then counterbalance yourself to the ground. No crash. One more time. It's a drive, hold, and then press away to return with control. 2 hands on, cuddle it down. I like to leave my bell there and swivel on my bum as I switch around. And now we'll do the same thing on the other side.
So again, it starts with that cuddle, 2-handed roll, 2-handed press. Setting it up in our get-up position, heavy arm and leg on the floor. Pull on the elbow as you get to your elbow, and then press away from your elbow, returning to your back. Repeat 2 more times. I want that long leg to stay heavy on the floor in this practice. Your bent leg is driving into the floor, so you get hip extension and a pull. It's not a crunch. Return to your back, 2 hands on the bell, pull it down, cuddle position. Now without your hands, however you want to, stand up.
A little roll up, a little mermaid up right here. And right now, it's that one arm swing. Together?
Sure.
Yeah. It's 1 hike, that's to the zipper, 2 stops, that's out front, and then back to the floor, and 3 continuous swings. Set up with your bell behind it here, and we'll go hike and return it to the ground. Now again, but it's stop out front and park it, and again, hi-ya, and park. And now 3 continuous, back to the hike pass out front, hike pass out front, and if that's your number 3, park it on the ground. I do a little shift, so now it's on the other side, it's the same single hike, heavy toes. Then it's a stop, heavy abs. Repeat a stop, and then 3 in a row, where it goes hike, out front, 3rd one in a row, and then park. Come up. Same mechanism of the hinges and those shakes and wiggles.
We're back to the floor for some get-ups, and this time we're getting to that halfway position, 2 different versions. So the easiest thing to do is just come on down and follow along. Let's get started in that cuddle position. We'll take it step by step. From here, we cuddle, we roll, and we press. As usual, our first move is to the elbow. Then we'll squish the bug, fingers will face backwards. And right here, we're going to just go to our bridge. So bridge, hips, hold, 3, 2, butt comes down, back to the elbow, return to your back, keep the bell up. Again, to the elbow, to the hand. This time we'll bridge and we'll sweep. We'll hold our tripod position for 3, 2, sweep back through, return to the elbow, push away from the elbow to your back, 2 hands on, pull the bell down, return it to the floor. What you do on one side, you must do on the other.
It's 2 repetitions, as Lauren has said, and first time to the bridge. We could use bare hands or just use that nice kettlebell of yours, and we'll drive the hip to the elbow. It's the tall sit. Bridge, heavy tension in the bent leg and that straight arm on the ground. Back to the tall sit, back to the elbow, and return to the floor. Adding on, it's the hip drive, tall sit. Now bridge and sweep, that tripod position and hold, and then sweep a leg through, tall sit, elbow to the ground, 2 hands on and down. Perhaps mix up those variations on how you get up. Sweet pistol squat, Lauren. And now, just those cleans. Go ahead.
Yeah, the same drill that we did last time, but we'll do it in our clean variation today. So again, it's 1 hike, 2 stop cleans, followed by 3 continuous. Standing behind your bell, hip hinge grip, pull, park. Now clean through to rack, hold, then through, park bell. Repeat again, pull, clean punch, through, park bell. 3 continuous, so we pull, we rack, it goes back through, rack again, through, rack, and then park the bell. Shake it out, same thing, second side. It's pull to hike and park. Pull, swing but to rack, through park. Repeat a stop clean again. Use those hips to drive the bell up to the rack position. And now 3 in a row. Still use that as you drive that bell through. Last one. And then park the bell. Shake it out.
Hard to do those while you talk, but focus on the breathing. It's that breath in as you're prepping and a sharp exhale as it arrives towards that rack position. 1 more series of get-ups for this section of our practice here. We'll go 1 overhead press, get up down, get up back up. Let's use that clean to get it into that position. So setting up behind the bell, hike, and then clean the kettlebell to a rack. I do adjust my stance there, and then take a single leg to the back. We'll open up to the windmill. That tripod's right there. And now to the ground, tall sit, elbow to the floor. Driving the hip, tall sitting, bridging and sweeping. Press the floor away. Square up the lunge, find that tension before you travel, and then pull to rack, adjusting your stance as needed and returning to the floor.
Whew, take a second off, same routine, second side. Behind your bell, that clean first. So pull, punch through to rack, and then drive that bell overhead. Leg you can touch, we'll step back, step open, rotate hinge, sweep to your elbow, press away to your back. Return back up using the hip drive and the pull on the elbow. The bug squish, the bridge and sweep. Push through the floor, square up, press to tall, pull the bell down with control, through, park out front. Oh. So if you were here last week, we did a really fun combo, and it was a swing, a clean, and then a press. Now, you know how we like a little repetition of the same thing, so we're going to do it again this week, but change up our numbers. The first round, Team Ian will start, and he's going to do 2 of everything. So 2 swings, 2 cleans, 2 presses. I'll go on my other hand. I go, you go, our usual pattern. Our sets are going to be 2s, 3s, 5s, 3s, and 2s. First round, swing, swing. So swing and swing again. Now clean and clean, clean and clean again. And then adjust your stance if needed, press and press again. And then park that bell. And if those reps are too many, do less.
Or grab a lighter bell or body weight rep that. Focus on the long arms on those 2 swings, short arms on those cleans, adjust your stance, and then 2 presses. If any of those numbers are too aggressive for you, modify as you need. Here we go.
Same thing, second side, Team Ian. So you're either going with me or you're going with Ian, but take a rest in that off person time. You have 2 cleans here. We're staying loose, shaking it out, keeping that tension, giving it time to relax, and getting ready for our second arm of 2s. Woo.
Hopefully it boosts your confidence to train with the kettlebell as Lauren's swinging for 2 on that other side and now cleans for 2. But as she alluded to there, give yourself that opportunity to say everything's okay, being able to stay nice and loose and regulating the breath nice and slow. If we did 2 and that's for you, maybe let's try 3.
3, Team Ian, 3 swings. We're just adding a rep onto the end of each move, and now 3 cleans. Remember that clean is a swing that ends in the rack position, so continue to use those hips. And then when you press, it's that full body tension, driving down to press the bell overhead. Pull. 3. Whew.
5 is going to be a fun time, but let's right now focus on those 3s. Great form. We want every rep to look the same. If we do look at that door frame behind Lauren, we can see how she's never going through it. The kettlebell might out the back, but as she presses, we're tall, avoiding the lean back on presses, cleans, and the swing. It's always that rib to hip connection. 3 on that other side for us now.
Oh, all right, Team Ian. 3s again. Swing, swing, swing. Hips drive through. Swinging that bell to chest height. In our cleans, we have a tight grip to not let go of the bell, but a loose grip as we punch through. Adjust, drive through that pinky knuckle to press towards the ceiling. Eyes stay up. They don't have to look up at the ceiling, but let's not look down at the floor. Woo. 3s.
Awesome. So shake it out if you're resting. Check in on the form of your training partner or lovely Lauren here as we do 3 and 3 and 3. And now we're all the way on those cleans. And a slight adjustment of those feet. The center of gravity will be a little bit different with a heavier, lighter bell. Find the place again with those feet that's right for you to press from. That's 3. Put it down. And this is that top of the pyramid now for 5 repetitions.
So 5 reps here for Team Ian. Hits the first side for 5 swings in a row. That's right. It's a total of 15 moves with this bell on one side. And then follow that with 5 cleans. Always to that rack position, hips again as you drive through. And as you're thinking about your press next and moving your feet, when you do make it a distinctive move, let's not do too many dance moves, getting the right foot set up. Move it, place it, rock it for 1 or 2 more presses. And then I'm getting ready for this big set here of 5.
Nice. Woo. We're looking for that consistent look, a consistent feel, but of course, we hope that last set's a little bit harder than the previous ones. 5 swings and now 5 cleans. Firm grip as to not drop the bell, but as Lauren said, be able to push your hand through that kettlebell. You might even cue the sound of a jump of the bell in the hand. Slight modification, it's 5 reps. The offhand of Lauren is working tight to keep the core tight, the glutes, and press down on the floor to help that kettlebell go up overhead. Do I get any more rest right now?
Tinian, second side,
Okay.
5 reps when you're ready, but ready is now. So 5, pushing it a little bit. And this is our most reps we'll do today. And then we get to take a couple off. But if you're losing your form or you're losing your power, take 1 or 2 reps off, take a break, come back to it in a minute. And Tinian has 5 presses here. Do you count down or do you count up?
I count up.
I count.
4.
Sometimes I count up and down.
Ooh.
They go 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. I know. It's wild up here.
Only whizzes on the QuickBooks and those Excel sheets could never dream of doing such a thing. But this is now that apex of the pyramid. It's 5 swings. Then it's that 5 cleans into that rack. It's tight to the body. Lauren's elbow isn't doing the work, but it is connecting to the hips. Avoid doing the bicep curl. Perhaps a heavier load will cue that for you as well. It's 5 presses right now, or just that time under tension hold in rack, or time under tension hold overhead. Take your time. Sure looks like Lauren could do more, and that's a good place to stop. Return. Apex of pyramid, coming
now
back
we're
down.
coming back down here to the 4th set, but 3 reps on this first side here. So again, 3 swings, 3 cleans, still ending in that rack position, tight, and then 3 presses. Your glutes are squeezed, your abs are braced as you're pressing into this. You're thinking about that plank tension, and all your toes are heavy in the floor. I don't want to see any little piggies off to market.
No, but I like going to market, just not right now. So rooting the toes, as Lauren said, 3 swings, long arm. Now shorten that up as if you're in a phone booth or a tight alleyway. And do I dare standing in front of that? Not right now. Focus on those presses, Lauren, as you do. But again, tight to the body because it's efficient, safe, and strong. Whew, doing pretty well here. Got my breath recovery. 3 and 3.
Second side, Tinian for 3 reps here. 3 swings, 2, 3, and 3 cleans. Good, tight, good. Guiding it into that rack position because the hips pressed it there, or pushed it there, or swung it there. Good, 1 more press.
Powered it there.
And then we're on our second side here for 3 reps.
That set, probably my favorite set. This last set, it's a sad set because it means we're done, and that might be okay too. So it's 3 of those cleans, great form throughout, and search for that breath match. It's inhale on the down in the press, and a quick but sharp intention on the core to stabilize the movement overhead. 2s and 2s and 2s.
All right, final set here, 2 each side. But first side first, 2 swings, 2 cleans, and 2 presses. Oh, simple, not easy, but simple. All right, our first side here.
One of my favorite, not our favorite, one of maybe the audience's favorite videos has been our 100 swing versions with Lauren and her 24 kilogram kettlebell. That is the favorite video. Maybe those reps aren't very high. Take your time, climbing up. Take your rest like I am right now, but I do have 1 more set.
All right, Tinian, last set, 2 swings, 2 cleans, keep the power. If you lose it, drop the reps or just hold that bell in the rack position, 2 presses, and we have 1 final set to finish the workout.
Oh,
You know there's that bonus time.
There she goes again. Focus on what's ahead, which is 2 swings. Great job. 2 cleans, shortening up that lever, and 2 presses to finish. Taking that punch on the abs. Never do that, I promise. But now I'm ready for Lauren's surprise.
Surprise, surprise. So we're going to go back to what we did just after our first clean there today. We're going to do a clean, a press, a full get up down, a full get up. Why you say at the end? Well, more time underneath that kettlebell, more time under tension. It'll make you stronger. either bell down if you need a lighter load, do it body weight. But here we go. First side, set up in your clean. Clean it, press it, get up down. At the bottom of this, remembering we're gonna sweep, elbow push away from the elbow to both lats, keep the bell up. Now hip drive pull, one move. Get to the hand, bridge sweep, press through the floor, square up. Now for bonus points, pull this bell down slow. 5, 4, 3, 2, rack, and park. Nice. Congratulations, you have one side done, you have a second side though.
And it is hard to focus on that kettlebell get up. So just focus on that kettlebell get up. We might wobble, we might weeble, but we will stay strong through this entire workout. Here we go. It's a clean. High up. Up press. The leg you can touch, drop back. Open up in that windmill. Hinge on the hip and find the floor. Sit tall. Heavy tension on the straight leg as the woman has said. To our back. And drive the hip as we ascend. Through that tall sit, the bridge and sweep, press away, square up the lunge, finish tall, and bonus 5.
Oops.
4, 3, 2, back to rack, park.
Whew.
Awesome. Woo.
All right, that was great.
That's the half hour right there.
Before we go tonight, let's finish with a quick set of breathing. We'll close our mouths, open our nostrils, and take a couple breaths in and out. Think about breathing. You can think about many things. One of the things lately I've been liking to think about is that this is stretching from the inside out. So expand the cage. Expand all those intercostal muscles. Make that diaphragm work as big, as flat as you can get it. And exhale. And do that one more time. Also including that belly. Can you stretch those abs out from the inside out by pushing out on them? And exhale. And now we'll come in for 4 seconds and out for 4 seconds. And in for 4 seconds and out for 4. And one more round, in for 4. Hold for 4. Exhale for 4. And lastly, hold empty for 8. 5, 3, 2, relax. Tricked ya.
That is one tricky Lauren right there. But thank you very much for being right here, either live on Tuesdays or thereafter in the archive, where we practice our strength, practice our swing with this kettlebell and just a little bit of space.
On Thursdays, we switch sides and we go the bar side of the room where we practice our hip mobility. And this semester, our overhead presses for some more on Thursday. And Saturday, again, back to the body weight and mobility training.
Yeah. So if you are not a member or subscriber to this channel, please do like it, subscribe it, share with your families and friends, leave us a comment. You can also visit our website, subscribe to our bi-weekly link letter with links to this kettlebell and other practices on YouTube, as well as our little tidbits on lifestyle tips for health and wellness for everybody.
And until next time, take care.
Stay strong.
And we'll train soon.
Have a good day.
Goodbye.